Wouldn't it have been nice if the day we escaped the amniotic sac from our mothers, the day we were born and brought into this earth, if that the moment we were gifted this beautiful curly hair, we were also gifted with a starter kit. All of the wonderful tools that you need to succeed on your curly hair journey. Except we didn't have that until today's video. I can't believe how long my hair was since I filmed that video. We thought it would only be fitting if we collaborated on the Teezer video together to bring all of you guys our Amazon favorites for the perfect ultimate curly hair starter kit. Whomst has been around long enough to remember when that video first aired.
That was almost 5 years ago, and a lot has changed since then, so we thought it'd be really fun if we showed you all our updates.
Consider this video our updated Amazon faves and your very own curly hair starter kit. If you're just getting started, you don't know what things you're gonna need to begin your journey, keep watching today's video and let's get to it. It's a Teezer video. We love a Teezer video. In case you don't know, I'm Mel. I'm a professional stylist. I've been doing hairs on here's and on YouTube's for over 6 years.
And I'm Amanda.
And we create these videos together in partnership and in sistership.
In sisterhood.
If you are new, then you might not know that my hair was extremely damaged when we first started this YouTube channel. And
Brutal.
Here it is today. So that is your sign. There is hope. And I'm really excited to share our updates with you today.
Yes, we call Amanda Amandazon for a reason. She has found a lot of these iconic finds and we're really excited to share. So without further ado, let's get into the first product that we probably honestly couldn't live without. This guy is a universal diffuser that fits on almost all blow dryers.
A diffuser attachment is something that I truly believe at the beginning of my hair journey really made a huge difference on my hair health, because yes, although I was using heat, it allowed me to, number one, not air dry my hair all day and have wet hair for like 12 plus hours straight, because
which also made you look really weighed down and psychedelic.
Exactly. And I noticed once I started using a diffuser, I was getting bouncy defined results, although I was using heat.
All you needed was to know how to use her.
Exactly. So the diffuser attachment that we ended up showing in that video, we don't use today.
It broke, unfortunately.
It broke.
It was very large, and I believe it fell, if I remember correctly. It's been a few years.
It's been a few years, and it was also very heavy. So for those reasons, we have a few other options to share with you today.
If we're looking for the universal diffuser department. So this is probably my go-to universal diffuser right now if I'm traveling and I can't bring my Dyson. As you may know, there is nothing like a Dyson diffuser attachment, either the original diffuser attachment or even the new one. I'm talking about this big boy air bowl. I mean, you guys know that I love my Dyson blow dryer, but not everyone can have a Dyson blow dryer. But this is really cool. It's from Ouidad. It's a 3-in-1. So there's actually a few different attachments and different modes that you can use. And take a look at the shape. This is so easy packing into a carry-on or any luggage in general. Much easier than packing like the round dome diffusers. And it's actually quite large. So this is like their air dry mode. There's no prongs. You basically just fit your curls inside, set it, and forget it. Or this is their define mode, and it's got these very long prongs that really help to get into the curls to define. Or then this one is their volume mode, which is actually what I use most of the time when I want big volume, because the curls can't sink in the diffuser as much. They get more scrunched, so you really enhance that shrinkage and a lot of voluminous volume, which we love. It's actually really cute as well, and it's comfortable, and it's probably one of the best universal diffusers I've used, pending that it actually fits on your dryer. But if so, I do love this one. I found when we've traveled, it does fit most. But most importantly, when you are looking for a universal diffuser or any diffuser in general, what I'm really looking for is the amount of holes. I love that I have a lot of versatility with this one, but if the air is very strong, I would turn it down if possible, only because it will kind of blow your curls away. It's not diffusing the air as well as our usual diffuser.
We also want to mention two other new ways that we we have been blow drying our hair as of recently. Number one is the new Dyson Nural, which Mel briefly touched on earlier. Dyson did launch a new diffuser attachment, and it's been so amazing for both our curls and also wavy hair.
Because there's two different ways that you can use it, and the way it blows the air is quite unique. There's no other blow dryer like it. That's kind of what makes it really special. But you have like your regular diffuse mode, which is blowing air out. You can get a really textured look with this. You can really set the curls, get some good volume. Or, hold this for a minute, there is dome mode, and this creates a reversed airflow, so it doesn't blow air out, it actually blows it in and around and under in the bowl, which really helps to lay down the cuticle and prevents a lot of frizz, but it also can gather a lot of hair at once and give you a really scrunched, voluminous look. It works amazing on wavy hair. I love it for my hair. It's just really great for getting volume in there. It's really cool.
And if you haven't heard of the new Dyson Nural, it's really cool. It has a bunch of new technology built into it. We have a whole separate video on this tool itself, but just for like a brief overview, it has scalp detect mode. It will actually lower the heat the closer it gets to the scalp itself. Of course, this doesn't apply when you're using the diffuser because that would just defeat the purpose of using the diffuser, but with all the other attachments it does. It also automatically remembers what setting you like to use when you apply your attachments onto the dryer itself, which is really cool. You don't have to go and switch the settings when you're changing out the attachments. If you want to learn more about the Dyson Nural, we do have a full video on that, which I'll link here for you to check out after this.
Cease, I'm afraid you ate that up.
I did.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Okay.
Yes.
And then, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes again. Or.
The third new way we like to diffuse our curls is again using another Dyson tool. This is the Airwrap, and if you didn't know, it now comes with a diffuser attachment, which has been so amazing for us, especially when we're traveling. It's just more compact and easy and lighter. And obviously you get more styling options if you do decide to blow out your hair or things like that. So if you already have an Airwrap, I think you can get this sold separately now at Dyson. I don't know if they sell it on Amazon specifically, but this is a new way that we have been drying our hair and thought that we would mention it to you.
In general, when you're trying to find the right diffuser for you, think about what hair dryer you're using and also what your hair goal is. If you're really just looking for something to dry your hair, or if you're looking for something that's also going to keep in mind the health of your hair, perhaps the health of your scalp, the time on your hands, all things to consider. But
Yeah.
a diffuser is, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute need for any curly.
Yeah, personally, I just noticed that my hair lasts longer when I diffuse my hair, which means I don't have to wash it as much. I don't have to use heat on it as much. So in the long term, I think that it actually did benefit the health of my hair, and it's something that I don't regret doing all of these years later, and obviously my curls don't regret it either.
No, they look so good, so good. Even though you do need your color done too.
And I need a trim. I do need a trim. It's been since February since I last cut my hair.
Where has the time gone? I just did mine. How do I look?
One of the things that I noticed on my journey was
One of the things that I noticed Amanda was doing absolutely incorrectly. Proceed.
and I noticed as well that I wasn't washing my hair properly.
She was struggling.
I was struggling.
Until
I found this very, 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 very useful product.
Here's the thing. These are, listen, very helpful. No doubt about that. If you suck, well, not if you suck, but if you're just not good with your hands and your fingers, and you tend to leave your shower still feeling maybe a little bit oily, maybe a little bit flaky, or just still greasy and just not clean enough, these are excellent, excellent tools to help really massage your shampoo. Feels amazing while you do, and overall it's a good tool. However, do I like the feel? Yes, but I don't feel like I personally need to use a scalp massager. I really just use my hands. So
I also find that I don't use this ever really anymore. I don't even keep it in my shower. At the time I was totally obsessed with them, but as the years have gone on, I noticed it's not a necessity in my routine. Instead, say I double cleanse more often, and that's been a helpful trick that I've been doing besides using the massager. I just think making sure that if I need to shampoo twice or even 3 times, to not be afraid of doing that, where before I was afraid of doing that and I thought it was unhealthy for my hair. So I would actually just go back in time and say, girl, you don't need a shampoo brush, you just need to double cleanse.
Profound. Profound. But what I would say has replaced the plastic in the shower, if there's something that I really need besides the detangling brush, which
we're gonna get to.
We'll get there one step at a time. I need to have a claw clip in my shower because the thing I'm doing right after I rinse out my conditioner is putting my hair in a little twirl and clipping her. And my hair stays in that claw clip until I'm ready to start styling. It's just the best way to keep your hair wet and contained, because otherwise our hair dries so quickly. So quickly.
When there's no product in it.
When there's no product in it.
But once I put product in it, it takes a really long time for it to dry.
We're not getting out of the shower, putting our hair in a towel, letting it air dry a bit before styling. No, no, no. We're gonna have it in a clip, and then we're gonna start to style it when we're ready.
Another thing that I wanna note, if you have long, thick hair like me, I love these oversized hair clips, which I get them on Amazon. I'll link the exact ones I have because there is no clip that fits all of my hair. These ones do. I find that sectioning my hair out, if it really needs a good wash, is something that I find super helpful. So that's something that I also do with a hair clip. Instead of using the massager, I'll instead section out my hair and wash it in sections to really make sure I'm getting a thorough cleanse. Like, let's say I'm gonna blow out my hair. That's something that I'll do to make sure that I get a really good, strong blowout.
We want the bounce. If we want the bounce, we gotta strip it, we gotta clean it. I'm a big fan of shampooing the hair. Clarifying the hair is absolutely crucial and important. So one of my all-time favorite clarifying shampoos is from Malibu Sea. This is called Undo Goo. It is still a phenomenal clarifying shampoo that I do use on special occasion when I am really looking for a deep, deep cleanse, and I am aware and I am okay with raising the cuticle a little bit. Because that is a high pH shampoo, this shampoo actually has a of 9. The pH of a product is going to help determine how it's going to react on your hair. For example, anytime you're lightening the hair, color, even the pH 9 shampoo, because it has a higher pH of the hair, which is naturally around a 4.5 to 5.5, those alkaline numbers create a swelling effect on the hair. And so it's great if you're looking to really strip everything out of there, but that is not a daily use shampoo, okay? It's not even,
I wouldn't even call it a weekly use.
It's not used for weekly, especially if you color your hair. If you have low porosity hair, then it's great for you, but everybody else that has colored hair or higher porosity hair, you definitely don't want to use something like that very often or at all. What I would recommend over that for at-home use that you can use regularly is my current favorite clarifying shampoo, the Olaplex 4C. She is fire. She is flames. She is concentrated. A little bit goes a long way. And it's removing all the types of buildup that you need. Product buildup, mineral buildup, chlorine, everything. I like to shampoo. You can leave it on for like 5 minutes and then rinse, and that way you're really giving it time to absorb out any of buildup that's in your hair. And why I love it is because it doesn't leave your hair feeling extremely dry and rough afterwards. The Malibu Sea can do that. After a clarifying shampoo like this, or especially the Malibu Sea, you need to use something extremely deep conditioning. This guy is one of our favorite deep conditioners.
The Shea Moisture Manuka Honey treatment is a throwback. I personally haven't used that mask since we filmed that video all those years ago.
Probably.
From what I remember, it was super hydrating. I love the smell of it. It's also super affordable. However, we again haven't used it since then, so I can't really speak to it as of the current moment because, you know, formulas do change, things change. But if you currently still use that, let us know. I would love to know if you still use it and if it still works really well. But one that we do use and one that we can recommend to you,
we've literally used it for years through every iteration of it because it's also had formula changes and it's still absolutely slaps, is the Eva NYC Therapy Sessions Hair Mask.
There's so many things I love about this deep conditioner. Number one is I love the smell. I love the size of the bottle. It's a deep conditioner that is truly deep conditioning. It does a really thorough job at helping you detangle and your curls just feel
silky. It gives that silk feeling afterwards. So if your hair is extremely dry, bleached, color treated, this is absolutely one of my favorites. It has some of my favorite ingredients for helping to smooth down frizz. If you are high porosity, it's amazing. It's amazing. You're always sticking with me.
It's been a mask that we have continued to use and will always probably continue to use, especially for the price. For how much you get, it's just totally worth it. Speaking of detangling, a lot of you have noticed that we have changed the kind of brushes that we've been using lately, and that goes for the styling brushes as well, which we're gonna talk about next. But let's talk about detangling brushes, because the brush that we used in that video,
So this is the Epic Pro wet brush.
we don't use anymore, really.
So I started using this in salon and it worked great on other people. On myself, I also used it. But the thing about this brush, like one, we loved the curvature of it. Like there's a lot of perks to it. It has these vents. So if you're blow drying, it helps with fast blow drying. However, the teeth are quite firm. And for someone with fine hair and perhaps a bit of a tender head, it's a little aggressive. You have to be careful when using it. It can rip out some hair. It can. And so I wouldn't say it's for everybody. And for those reasons, we've been out for a few years, and over the years, we've used several others, especially the Tangle Teezer. The Tangle Teezer Wet Detangler has definitely come through a lot with us until recently.
There's been updates.
This is the Unbrush, and it's not a gimmick. I'm telling you, it's actually genuinely, I could probably brush I just washed my hair, but I would show you how well it works even on my dry hair.
It's super gentle. It's actually a brush that we picked up because it went viral on TikTok and we wanted to test its virality to see if it was actually worth the hype, and it's worth the hype.
It is. I swear. Number one thing, how flexible the teeth are. They happen to be at the perfect length so they can actually dig into a tangle and help to detangle. And also, take a look at the space. Compared to a Tangle Teezer brush, which has a lot of tightly packed teeth, I actually find that the space between these teeth is a lot more gentle on the hair. So it's not creating as much tension. I don't use it to style, but strictly to detangle in the shower, on my wet hair, even detangle my dry hair. This is my go-to detangling brush. I would recommend for absolutely everybody. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. That I don't take lightly. Like, this is serious stuff here. However, I would say that if you need something a little heavier duty than this, because again, it's a little small. That's the only thing. The paddle is a little bit small. And again, the teeth are quite flexible. If you have super strong hair, super coarse hair that, you know, it can take a lot. It also gets very tangled and you have a lot. This is kind of like a dupe for the Unbrush, or I don't know if it's a dupe. I don't know if it's cheaper, but you can see the size of it. It's much bigger. This could be more suitable for someone like Amanda's hair that has a lot. It's much longer. This one is from Curl Keeper. The only thing is that the teeth are kind of like a cone shape. They get wide at the base and then thinner towards the tip, whereas these are thin all throughout. And I feel like I like the Unbrush better personally, but you've used this one a lot too for your hair.
Yeah, but I would say my number one most used detangling brush is actually none of those two. I would use this more often, but I currently haven't yet bought myself one because I keep forgetting. This is also from Wet Brush, but this is specifically made for thick hair, and I love it for my thick hair. It's super, super gentle at detangling the hair, and it works really well to detangle. I mean, there's not much else to be said about that.
But as I mentioned, these are not for styling. Styling brushes are different. They're a different beast.
Okay, since we're on the topic of brushes, I think we should say our last brush and the most vital brush that really changed my routine.
The Denman brush. We specifically use the D3. However, they're not the first thing that we're reaching for these days. They haven't been for a little while. There are some new brushes on the market that have truly trumped this. But of course, with a styling brush, it depends on the results that you're looking for. The thing about the Denman brush is, number one, we never use it to detangle.
No.
Never. Not a great detangling brush. It's too firm. It will rip your hair.
Exactly.
Not great for that. And because of that, you need to make sure your hair is really nice and detangled and really nice and conditioned before using this so you're not creating mechanical damage.
Especially for a beginner.
Especially for very long hair with
or damaged hair.
Damaged hair. It's just not a universal brush that can really be used for everybody. And that's okay. It doesn't make it bad. But what I think is better, the results are perfect every time. It's the Bounce Curl Define. These brushes are absolutely insane.
Bounce Curl really did it with these. So brilliant. It's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, that makes so much sense. Why didn't someone think of this earlier?
I think I did have a dream once of my perfect brush, and then they came out with this, and it's like, that was it. That was it. Maybe I manifested it. Marian, I manifested this. We love this. It's fantastic. What makes it so special is that one, you are smoothing the hair. So there are little fine tooth bristles in here, which means it's also not great for detangling. I also don't use this to detangle. It's a styling brush. But all these fine little bristles really smooth every single strand and can really help lay down any short hairs and frizz that you may have. But what's really revolutionary is all of the ridges along the edges of the brush. This is their edge lift design, and what it does is it helps to separate the curls where you're gonna get consistent clumps every single time. Very uniform curls. It also has a pointed end, so you can use this to help style and section and separate your hair, but it's the ridges for me. And they also just came out with another one, which we've ordered, with smaller ridges for more of a voluminous effect. It's truly everything in one.
I styled with it this morning.
Now let's set the record straight. I don't believe Bounce Curl sells on Amazon.
They do
What
not.
you're gonna see on Amazon is imposters trying to sell fakes of the brush that we cannot speak to the quality of and would not recommend. Honestly, we've used Bounce Curl for a very long time. We've worked with Bounce Curl. We know the founders. They're a very small family-owned business, and they're being ripped off on Amazon. And so it's not very cool. If you do want to support and get this brush, don't get the knockoffs. Don't get the fakes on Amazon. We have a discount code. We'll have that linked below. And if you want to see more of how we use this brush on different textures, we also have a full in-depth video. But it's definitely been the go-to brush that I use pretty much every single time I'm going to style my hair. Now, I've talked about this before in videos. The bare minimum that your hair needs is like a leave-in conditioner, some kind of moisture. And then to take your style to the next level, you want to lock that all in with some hold and a gel. Some very easy 2 products that you can use are actually from a brand that we've used before in our videos, Curl Mix.
Again, a product line that we have not used since we filmed that video. So we have some updates here. We have some mid-range products as well as some affordable drugstore based products that you can kind of check out, especially if you are in need of, I think, the 2 most important products that you need in your hair routine, which we did mention were a moisturizing cream or leave-in and a gel. So we have a few different options to start with. We'll start with some affordable ones. These are both from Twist. You've seen us use these products before. If you haven't, we have a full video on the Twist hairline. They are an affordable line made by Ouidad, and this is their Weather Up Curl Defining Gel and Super Light Styling Lotion.
This combo, very well, as you see in the name, works very well in humidity, works very well in different climates, and it's not just very affordable, but very effective. The styling lotion is very conditioning. I find a little bit can go a very long way.
Yeah.
And the Weather Up gel is probably one of my favorite affordable hair gels. It's almost like a creamy gel. It doesn't leave your hair feeling dry or too crispy, too crunchy. It just gives the right amount of hold. It's lightweight. It doesn't weigh your hair down.
She works.
She works.
Surprise, surprise, we're gonna recommend you the AG Curl Fresh Definer, which if you haven't tried this yet, this could definitely be used as a one and done styler, although I don't think it has any heat protection or things like that, but it does offer moisture plus a really light hold to the hair.
It's a cream gel.
It's an amazing product. It's one that we've been using for a long time. Another classic we've been using since the very beginning of our channel is the Mousse Gel.
Yep, the Mousse Gel has definitely been through a lot with us. A lot. We continue to use her because it gives the perfect hold, like a pretty strong hold, great curl definition, curl enhancing, fantastic.
These 4 recommendations, all available on Amazon. These 2 recommendations that I think Mel maybe might want to just speak to really quickly, not available on Amazon, but I personally used both of these today to style my hair, and amazing.
Ouidad did their big one with the Be Curly Advanced collection. I'm almost done the Curl Perfecting Primer. I also use this on my hair today.
And what I love about this product, it has heat protection and it offers UV protection as well. And the gel, it's so good.
Gel.
I don't want to speak too much to this right now because we have a full video coming out on Thursday where you can hear a breakdown of the entire collection. Mel is doing a thorough review as was requested by all of you.
Spoiler alert.
So make sure to check that video out. But I thought we would just mention these because these have been something that we've been using a lot and reaching for a lot. So it was only fair that we shared that with you.
I love that. Definitely my pro selection when I'm going on site, I'm doing hairs professionally, I am always taking Ouidad with me. It's just universally amazing.
You know what time it is?
Bonnet time.
That perfectly matches your outfit right now, and we love the color coordination. Oh my god.
So bonnets are something that we've been using since the beginning of our hair journeys, especially me. Something that I noticed made the biggest difference on my hair was protecting my curls at night.
Yeah.
There's so many reasons why. It's just going to make your style last longer. You're not losing moisture. Your product isn't running all over your pillowcase and getting on your skin.
No.
Prevents hair breakage. There's so many reasons why we love a bonnet, and there have been changes to the bonnets that we use since then.
Right. These days, we're always looking at the size of the bonnet. Well, first and foremost, is it actually, you know, made correctly?
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that the silky satin is on the inside where the hair is going to be. Sometimes they put the shiny side on the outside because it looks pretty, but then what's it doing for the hair?
Nothing.
Nothing. Needless to say, we are very, very picky. And we've tried many bonnets over the years.
Right now, these are our favorites, and that's due to number one, the size. I find that it works really well for my long hair without squishing it. Number two, I also have a big head, and she has a smaller head. Everyone has a different size head, so I really appreciate a bonnet that does have an adjustable strap for that reason, which these ones do have that.
However,
these are not the perfect bonnet. They don't solve all of our problems. We see a gap, and although we think these are some of the best ones we've tried to date,
stay tuned for an exclusive release. That's all we'll say.
That's all we'll say. Something really great is coming, and we're really excited about it.
From two sleeping beauties who take our sleep very seriously.
We're just telling you about it now because we trust you.
Anyways,
moving on.
Why did you just shrink? Why am I a giant next to you
Because
right
I
now?
was sitting on the product that I want to talk to you guys about next. This is a satin pillowcase, which
I personally sleep with both the bonnet and the silk pillowcase. You know, for those of you who are concerned your bonnet falls off in the middle of the night, you got this as extra protection, as well as it's really good for your skin. It's softer on your skin.
we both sleep with at night in addition to sleeping with a bonnet. And
just in case.
Just
it's
in
backup.
case. Especially if you're a side sleep. I think that sleeping with a satin pillowcase is super important so you don't get those lines on your face. It's not aggressive on your face. Better for your skin. And if you're someone that doesn't like to sleep with a bonnet, you need one of these at least.
And we've been using the same ones for the last 5 years. Since the last video.
Yeah.
This is the same silk pillowcase that I continue to use and sleep with every night.
Yep.
Honorable mention for the last product that we mentioned. It was the Invisibobble hair slinky spiral hairband thingies. I still love those to this day because it's a hair elastic that you don't have to tie multiple times because the loops just loop into your hair and holds it in place loosely without denting your hair. I don't use them for everything. Definitely not if I'm doing like a slick back style. And personally, not too much just because my hair is quite short and I don't really put it up very often. If I'm putting it up, I'll put it in a silk scarf.
Now, personally, I don't use those at all. For the most part, my hair loves a good silk or satin scrunchie. I love these little mini ones. They're great for putting my hair half up, half down, or just putting all my hair up if I don't want to show the actual scrunchie itself. These are great because they're really, really small. Or I, for the most part, always keep one of these with me, especially when I'm traveling. I love the Curlfriend Collective extra large scrunchies. These are great. I think they do sell on Amazon. If they don't, we do have a discount code on their website as well that you could use. But I really love the quality of these scrunchies. They're great.
They're so big, so cute. There's so many different colors.
They act as an accessory too, like on your arm. Like
I have definitely worn these as an accessory for many outfits that I have done, and we love that.
And again, they are a small business that we love to support. And that pretty much concludes all the products that we featured in that video all those very many years ago.
Many. Because it was like 4.5. years ago.
But were there more products that you would have added into that video?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can think
Not
of a
too
couple
many.
as well. Quickly rapid fire a few more products that we think are super helpful, especially if you are a beginner.
I have to give mention to the product that we use basically daily or every time we wash our hair. It is our Microfiber Towels, and these ones are from the Perfect Hair Care that we personally also did design. It's not about that, it's about the feel. The feel of these towels is not like any other. They are super silky, really nice and absorbent, and we love to use them pretty much every wash day.
Yes.
Not out of the shower,
no,
but after styling. I like to either keep it on our shoulders, we keep it around our bodies when we're styling, and or to scrunch out any of that excess moisture, and it helps with that rapid drying and styling so
without frizzing your hair out or removing the moisture from your hair.
That's the key right
which
there.
is super, super key, especially me as someone who has very thick hair and it takes a long time for my hair to dry. This significantly cuts down my drying time, which again means less heat on my hair. They feel amazing. I also love them for my face. They're super gentle on the face, and they are available on Amazon. So if you want to check those out, definitely give those a try because they are an essential for us. We also love hair scarves. We love traveling with them on the plane, off the plane, at the beach, by the pool. Even
to bed.
Yeah, if you want to wear them to bed,
it's a better option.
Yeah, some people, if they don't prefer a bonnet, they love a scarf, which is more versatile. So if that's something that you're interested in, we have a bunch of oversized scarves because some of them are too small to use the way we like to use them. So
on
we
your
have,
head for sure.
Exactly. So we do have some oversized options that we love to use in the description as well.
We did mention the claw clip, but let's not forget the alligator clip. The alligator clip is used specifically when we're styling. Sometimes it's used as a little root boost. Amanda loves to use it to clip up her bangs. We love it for that. It's great for holding different sections, especially because these can be a little bit bulky if you're using multiple on your head.
I personally use this every single day, especially when I'm doing my makeup.
And finally, I'll close off this video with using something that I just used twice in the past 2 days because I colored my hair. It's K18, the leave-in molecular repair hair mask. It wasn't around back in the day, and nowadays I never want to color my hair without it. It is an absolute dream. It's a revolutionary product. It fortifies the hair with peptides, mimicking the peptides in our hair to actually rebuild and strengthen from the inside out. It is incredible because if your hair is ever feeling damaged after a color, after straightening, this is like hitting the reset. And so this, especially after your clarifying shampoo, your hair is coming back better than ever. I can promise you that.
Something I wish I did have all those many years ago.
We did have Olaplex, and we love Olaplex. We love Olaplex.
But this is a different method, even the way you use it. Like back then we had Olaplex number 3, but that was something that you would use as like a pre-wash treatment. I think this is just something that's easier to incorporate into my routine personally.
Yeah.
Because you are using it after just shampooing.
I love that.
I don't always remember to use a pre-wash treatment.
Or because we have so much product and buildup in our hair, the pre-wash treatment
doesn't
is going
actually penetrate. Yeah, exactly.
So on that note, where are we going? Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you found this little update helpful because again, things change. We have obviously changed. And as always, we are so happy to have you join us through all these changes, through all these years creating on this channel. We're always happy to help. So if you do have any more questions, you have any more requests, do leave that in the comment section below. We'll be in there reading, writing.
And if you want to learn more about any of the products that we have mentioned here, we will make sure to update the description box with all of those links.
Until next time, this has been your main girl Mel
and Amanda,
and we're out. Peace.
For those of you who are new here,
Okay, pause. Ready? Is everybody ready for their need to knows? No. So, in our own ways. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
No, let's do it.
That was a major Easter moment.
No, let's do it again.
So, without further ado, say it again and say it loud and proud.
it's an easy, painless way to do it.